Yay, 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 yay. Welcome back. In this particular video and module, I want to teach you perhaps one of the most profound things that you have ever learned about defining your target audience. One of the key metrics of success on social media is being able to identify your target audiences and focusing strictly on them. One of the reasons we struggle is that we are trying to target everybody. And when you speak to everyone, as they say, you talk to no one. First, let's define what target audience is. A target audience, by definition, is a group of customers for which your products or services are aimed at, period. Which means you make throw pillows, for example. What kind of people are you making your throw pillows for? Some people make throw pillows of 1,000 naira. Some people make a single throw pillow for 15K. The people that will buy that product are different, and you need to be able to identify who you want to serve. My objective in this particular module are two things. First is to help you identify and clearly define your target audience. I want it to be that at the end of this video, you can clearly say, these are my target audiences. And the second thing is I will teach you how to develop what is called a customer persona, which means I want you to be able to see your customer as a single individual so that you know their pain points, you know what they love, you know what they like, and you can build your social media strategy all around this single person. Before anything, I know we all have biases about the kind of people our product should be targeting or how people buy things. So I want to do something to get that out of the way. I want to break your barrier regarding target audience. On my screen here are four individuals, or you can call them four target audiences. One is Emeka. He's a 39-year-old. He sells spare parts in Lagos. He has a wife and two kids. He makes 500K monthly. The second is Natalie. She's 32. She's an expert for Dangote company, which means she was brought into Nigeria from the US or any other country. But let's be specific, US. She's single and married, and she makes around 3 million naira every week, which means in a month she makes 12 million. Adelodun is a 50-year-old man who owns multiple restaurants in Lagos. He has a wife and four kids. He makes 5 million naira monthly. And here is our house, 22, remote UX designer, single, and makes 1 million monthly. Now, if I ask you, which brand of milk do you believe that all these four people take? Among these four milk brands that are here, we have Dano Milk, we have Peak, we have Lawyer, we have Marvel. Which one would you assign to each person? Let me guess. When you saw that Emeka sells spare parts, he has a wife, he makes 500K, and he makes the list among them, I'm assuming you would say Emeka takes Dano Milk. When you see that Natalie makes 3 million naira weekly, you would assume that she will go for the most expensive milk, of course. She'll drink Marvel, 6,600. That's her kind of milk. You believe that Adelodun makes 5 million monthly, then you should be taking peak milk. And then you believe that Awao makes 1 million monthly, so she should be taking Lawyer because she's young, she can't spend so much. But now let me tell you some things about these individuals. I would read out to you the comments that these people made about themselves, and then I'll ask you this question again. Ready? So here's Emeka talking as an individual. Emeka is letting us in on his individuality, his personality, his psychography. He's just telling us about himself. He says, I believe in hard work. Growing up, taking milk was a luxury for my family. I feel very responsible for the family, for my family's welfare. I like to give my family the best of everything possible as long as it won't hurt my financial plans. Natalie says, growing up in a refugee camp, I saw firsthand what it means to lack, which means she grew up in a very poor background. But that rapidly changed after I got my first job in America. Though I can now afford anything, food really isn't a thing for me. I didn't grow up with it anyways. I strongly believe in value for every dime I spend. I want you to underline that word. And Adelodun says, I grew up in a family of cooks. My dad was a professional chef, and my mom ran her own restaurant. There is nothing I value more than what I eat. I only go for the best available quality of anything, even if it costs an arm. Mark those two last words. And here's our says, my work takes most of my time, so I rarely get time to cook. I live heavily on cereals and junks. I'm very particular about the brand of things that I take. However, I like to use things that are unique. It doesn't matter. So mark the word. I'm particular about brand, and I like to use things that are unique. It doesn't matter if that thing is regarded as the best. I like that feeling of being unique. The reason why I've read these lines to you is many times when they ask us who is our target audience, we are very quick to want to select the rich person because we feel that they can afford our product, which in a way is true, but that is not entirely true. Someone having the money to buy what you sell doesn't mean that they want it. It doesn't make them your target audience. As I like to say, big man no be target audience. Someone driving a G Wagon doesn't mean that they will buy your 50K bag. If that bag is not a thing for them, if it doesn't align with their value, with their personalities, the things they care about, it won't matter if even if you sell it as cheap as 5K, they won't buy it. Let's go back to these people now. So with this info, this is actually the milk that these people take. Emeka takes that pig milk actually, which is 4.45. You would think he would take the most cheap milk because he makes only 500K. But if you read in his statement here, he says, I like to give my family the best of everything possible as long as it won't hurt my future financial plans, which means a maker is intentional. It goes for pig milk. Natalie takes the cheapest milk, Dano milk. Why? Because in her personality, her history, she says she didn't grow up with food. She doesn't care about food and she believes in value for every dime she spends. See, which means if Natalie sees that, is it a milk? Yes, if I drink it, am I going to be fine? She buys it. She doesn't care about buying a Marvel. And Adelodu 50 drinks Marvel. Why? In his value statement, it tells us that there is nothing he values more than food. So he's very particular about quality. And he says he only goes for the best available quality of everything. And that's why he goes for Marvel. I want to assume if Abdelodun was making only 300K, he would still be buying Marvel. And Natalie that is making 3 million per week would not buy Marvel. Can you see how that works? It's the same thing with the last person now, and that she takes lawyer because she said something like, I like being unique. We regard pig milk in Nigeria as like the foremost milk, but people, they're individuals, and I have to tell you, I'm that. I actually take lawyer milk as well. I like it because I feel like the pig milk is overrated, and I like the quality of just, lawyer is premium as well, maybe slightly cheaper than pig milk, but premium. It's a unique brand. I like that, and there are people like me who, as long as something is not the most common, that's what they want. They just want that feeling of uniqueness. Why have I taught you all of this? Is I don't want you to always generalize the fact that people would always buy what you sell based on their account balance. It does not work that way. So now let me teach you how to define your target audience. The first thing you need to do is start with the problem. What problem are you trying to solve as a person? You might already be in business. Maybe you're in the business of fashion, you're in the business of food processing. But what problem are you solving with your fashion business? Some fashion businesses are solving the problem of delay in people getting clothes ready. Some fashion businesses are solving the problem of low quality fabric. Which one are you solving? Once you've identified that, the next question, please, and I want you to write this down. Very important. Write the first point down. What problem are you solving? Second is, what kind of people suffer this problem? If you say you're solving the problem of poor quality fabric, what kind of people have a problem with that? I want to assume that the common man would not mind if his fabric is 500 naira per yard, as long as it doesn't tear when he wears it, it's fine. But some people would tell you, I met with a particular fashion business owner recently, and he was telling me that he has clients who would tell him that How can you give me a fabric of 5 yards for 100K that is not unique, that it needs something more sophisticated? Can you imagine that in a world where you are dragging that they should make your whole agbada for 50K, including the material, and someone is saying 100K material is not premium enough for him. So there are people who have that as a problem. So you need to identify what that is for you, okay, and clearly be clear about it that the people that have this problem are old people that want to show themselves, they want to stand out. Be very descriptive. The next thing is, how can you solve that problem? What product can you make to solve that problem? What service can you offer these people? I want you to write that down as well. And then I'm going to show you a sample of a statement that defines someone's target audience. The problem for this person, let's say I'm a business owner. What I do is I make stretch mark oils. What's the problem here? Stretch mark, or let's call it skin problems. Who suffers this problem the most? And I have to add the word the most, because someone can be suffering a problem and not really want to deal with it, but some other people want to make that problem go away immediately. So those are the ones you should focus on. Every poor person also wishes to wear a 100K fabric, but it's not a problem for them if they can have something to wear. Do you understand? But some people are already at the level that they can't be seen wearing a 100K fabric. It's too cheap, it's too low quality for them. So here, who suffers this problem the most? Plus size women. That means women who are big in size, and due to that, biologically, they tend to have stretch mark all over their body. What's your unique product? Organic stretch mark oil. There are different ways of making stretch mark oil, but you are making yours. This person has made theirs organic stretch mark oil. Now, if they are to put this together to define their target audience, it would say something like plus size women. You see the specificity. They are not saying women, they are not saying fat people. They are saying plus size women looking for organic solution to their stretch marks. See, looking for the kind of solution they are looking for is specific again, which means not just the fact that they are plus size, it means they want to use any stretch mark oil on their body. They want to make sure it's organic, which means it is natural, it is not toxic to their body. This is how you define your target audience. And I want you, this is your first task for this module. I need you to write it down in a paper and share with me on the comment section on this platform, or you send it to our WhatsApp group. This is also a requirement in going forward. All right, please do this. Take your time, go over it again. It's very important. The reason why I'm laying this background is we can't build anything on social media if we don't have a target audience in mind. That is what would inform the kind of content we create, the kind of ad we put out, the way we communicate. It defines everything, and this is why we're starting. The next thing I'll teach you in how do you conduct research about your audience, in case you want to know more about these people, so that you are not assuming, which makes sense. The first is gather existing audience data. You've been on Instagram, I know. Even if you haven't been, you've done something before. Instagram has insights, Facebook has insights, what they call Facebook Insight, which gives you some data about your followers and your content. It would show you things like where your followers are from, where majority of your followers are from, where your content that is performing most for the month, for the last quarter. If you see that, for example, you posted a meme and that meme got you the most content, does that mean you should start posting more memes? Yes, if it aligns with your brand. If you notice that the day you posted your get ready with me video, that did better by analyzing, then you start to do more, because that is telling you something about your audiences, that they like such content. This is the first place to look if you want to gather audience data. The second is to analyze your competitors' content strategy. Check their page. Which of their product are people demanding for? Check the comment section. When they posted that, you know, earring, how many comments did they get as against when they posted the shoe? That should tell you what people want. Which content are their audiences engaging with more? What complaints are their followers making? So that you will know how to sell to them. If you notice their followers are always saying your delivery takes 3 weeks, and you people are promising us. You have great product, but 3 weeks is a long time. It means that you can make your proposition faster delivery. You ensure you deliver faster. And in fact, put it on your page, 3 days delivery, so that when those their people come to your page, they would likely buy from you. These are the little things that make a difference in one social media platform that succeeds from the other. And the next thing is conduct surveys. Ask people, your followers, your existing customers, how did you hear about my brand? What's content. So conduct surveys, ask them question, how much would you like to buy this thing? How long do you like delivery to take? Ask them questions so that in gathering those insights, you can then use it to sell your product on social media. You will start putting out those facts that you have gathered. If people tell you that delivery, please go and work at delivery, getting the best delivery, and put it out. And the final way that I have here for you to conduct audience research is a tool. You can use tools. There are tools that help you conduct. And very quickly, I will show you one of such tools, which is called Google Trends. Google Trends. The URL to visit is trends.google.com, or just search for Google Trend and click the link. What Google Trend is, it amalgamates all the data, all the search data all across Google in the world, what everybody is searching for. So here it says explore what Nigeria is searching for right now, which means if I want to know how well people are talking about a thing or where people are searching for a thing for, I can come here. You can change countries in case you want to check that data for a different country. By default, it will pick your location, which is Nigeria. I'm currently in Nigeria. So this, let's say you want to search for Ashoke, which is a Yoruba outfit. So can you see it even brought out some topics, says Ashoke as a topic. I would just put it as a search term. Don't select any of this so that your result is not biased. I'll just search for this and let's see what comes up. Okay. In case you missed that, okay. And the final way that you can check your tool, just in case you missed that, I noticed that my mic, fell out. The final tool is the final way to check is using a tool like Google Trends. And the site, the URL I mentioned is trends.google.com. So this is the site. I visited that and then I entered the search term Ashoke. So let's see. First thing is you can change location, like I mentioned. You can check, the duration. How far back do you want it to show you the data? Is it for the last 5 years, 12 months, 90 days, past hour? Just leave it like this. You will notice that so the spikes are like when the search goes up. It went up. It went up quite well around what month is it? This is October, around October last year, and then it's been low basically, and then again around October this year again, it's risen and it keeps going up. As a matter of fact, Ashoke is like right now at the top today. So what this does to you is, because look at this. This was October when? October 30th, October 29th. This was at October 39th and it was 29th. It was normal. And then all of a sudden today, it went from, how many percent is this? 32% to 100. Something has gone down today, guys. I'm sure if you check Twitter, if you check Instagram, something has gone down that's made people search for Ashoke. It doesn't just happen. And let's see where people are searching for that term from, which tells you that the search for Ashoke has spiked. Why? If you're an Ashoke seller, that's the question to ask, is why are people searching for Ashoke and where are they searching for it so that I can target them? This shows us that Osun State has 100%, like they are the biggest search. This is by sub-regions. You can also put it by cities, search for by cities. See, you say Ibadan, Lagos, and Abuja. These are the top places that people are targeting. So if you want to run your sponsored ad, for example, for Ashoke, there's no need targeting Zamfara or targeting Edo. The data shows you where people are searching for clearly: Oshun, Ondo, Kwara, Oyo, Oshun. And see the related search. It's also showing you that what term are people searching for related to this Ashoke? Something like Ashoke styles, which means if you want to create content for your ad, as an example, can that content be about how people can style their Ashoke? And that will do well because one, the data is telling you where people are searching for it. The data tells you that this thing is currently being searched by a lot of people, right? So this is one way you can compare it. Again, you can click on compare and compare two different terms. Let's compare this with, what do we compare Ashoke with? Let me say kaftan. Okay, so you see, can you see what's interesting is Ashoke and kaftan quite go hand in hand. Around October last year, is this? Oh, this is past day. Yeah, surprisingly, I was surprised that why is it so high? Let me set it for the last 1 year. Last 1 year. Sorry about that. Okay, this is more like it. So, but you would see, interestingly, let's start with, let me take away Kaftan first of all, so that we can focus on Ashoke trend. All right, so you see Ashoke around October last year, it was around 87%. You see the percent in blue. It came down, came up, came down. In December, it went up, up to like January. And then in March, it started coming up. It stayed up in March for March, April, came down. And for those who might be familiar, you might know why this is. Maybe a lot of people got wedded in April and March this year. And you can also see that right now, where is the trend heading? Up, which means there's about to be another spike in demand for this. The search regions has not changed from even before. I set the time frame unknowingly at past hour or past day, which means in the last 24 hours. But even a year ago, see the related searches: Ashoke designs, Ashoke gown styles, Ashoke. These are what people want to see. So create content about them. Essentially, this is how you conduct social media audience research. Not social, this goes out of social media, but this is how you learn more about your audience. The next part of this course is going to be us creating what is called a customer persona. I mentioned this at the beginning, that the purpose of a customer persona is to help you define who your target audience is, so that you can identify them, you speak their language, you know their pain points, and ultimately you get them to buy from you. I hope you learned a lot from this course. Please leave your comment. Let me know what you think. What was something that you found exciting? Was there something you didn't quite get? Please feel free to leave your comment below this video and I will be in touch with you. Thank you very much for watching once again. Have a good time and I'll see you soon.